Welcome back to the shop. I'm Andrew and this is Davidson Crafts, and today we're going to be warming ourselves up. So now that we're into the winter months, the shop has been ridiculously cold, and I was trying to think of a project that I can do that would be something that would help me with the cold, and what came to mind was making a mug. And so that's what we're going to be making today, and for that we're going to be using this piece of sycamore. I went ahead and knocked off the corners here and found the center, so it's ready to get on the lathe. But what I wanted to do with this mug is make something that's going to last a little bit longer and just be a little bit more functional. And so what I want to do is do a stainless steel insert for the inside of the mug. So I jumped online and I found this on there, and it came in a nice pack of them, which is great in case I have any problems. But I think this will work perfectly for it. So let's go ahead, get this on the lathe, we'll get it rounded out, and then we'll make room for this to fit right inside there. Okay, now that we have everything hollowed out and our stainless steel cup fits right inside here, we'll go ahead and start working on the outside. Now, whenever I'm doing a cup or a goblet or anything like that, and I have the opportunity to, I like to give some additional stability while I'm working on the outside. So what I'll do for that is I'll typically take a tennis ball like this, go ahead and stick it inside, and then bring up the tailstock into the tennis ball, and that'll give us that strength and support from the tailstock. So let's go ahead and get that done, and then we can start working on the outside. Okay, I'm liking the overall shape of this. This bottom part here ended up being something that just came out of the cup, and I really like the way that it looks. So let's go ahead and start sanding. We're gonna go ahead and start at 220 grit and go up to 400. All right, now that everything's all sanded up, we'll go ahead and apply our finish. Because this is a mug, we're going to apply a food safe finish. We'll start off with some mineral oil, and then we'll add a wax finish on top of that. That is a combination of mineral oil and beeswax, as well as some carbonuba wax and some citrus oils. And I think that'll make this look really nice. So let's go ahead and get that applied. So because this is end grain here, the cup's gonna surround most of this edge, but I just wanna protect this edge a little bit more. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is just take a small piece of leather and really burnish this edge here, kind of help seal up some of the pores before we go ahead and apply the rest of our finish. All right, with everything turned, we can go ahead and get our stainless steel insert put inside the mug. The reason that I spent so much time making sure it was a nice tight fit is because I don't want to permanently attach it. I just want to have it kind of lock in there. That way I can pull it out and wash it or whatever when I need to, and not have to mess with getting the wood all wet. So let's go ahead and get this in place. All right, that's in there really good, and it's really nice and tight. So next step to move on to is making our handle. Now, obviously you could leave it here if you just wanted, but I wanted to make a mug, and a mug needs a handle. So for our handle, what I'd like to use is this old spoon here. I think it would look really rad if we could make that work. Now, I've not done a lot of metal work, and it's not really my thing. But we'll see if we can make this work. And if we can, I think it'll be pretty cool. All right, so we've got our old anvil here, and I don't want to really mess up a lot of the cool work on the spoon, and so I'm going to see if I can get it to bend and move around with just using like a rubber mallet. If not, then we can switch to something else, but let's see what we can do. So out of my element here, guys. It's bending a little bit. We need it to bend a lot of it. Okay, so I took this over to the bench vise, stuck it in there, and then bent this end here. So this will go up against the edge of the cup, and then we'll bend this section here to curve it back around to help make the handle, I think. Fingers crossed. All right, so we've got a pretty cool shape so far, right? I'll go up against the cup. Ooh, there you go up against the cup, kind of make our handle. So we're not gonna be able to use all of the spoon end, and I'm worried that if I try and hammer to get this nice and flat, that so it'll fit up against the cup, that it's gonna get kind of messed up or start like cracking. So maybe we'll try some heat, maybe we'll try some other things. Who knows? This is, like I said, this is not my area of expertise. I'm sure that all you metal workers are out there are just screaming. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, now that we have the end of the spoon cut off. We just need to hammer down these edges here so that we take the curve from being the direction that it is to the opposite direction so that it'll meet up against the edges of the cup. That's gonna break. That sucks. It was gonna look so freaking rad. All right, maybe we can salvage it. Let's see. All right, well, that totally sucked. I had hoped to have this look a little different than it does currently, but is what it is. I probably should have heated up the spoon to work it. I was just worried that it was gonna get a bunch of scale on it, and I didn't know exactly what type of metal it was. And anyway, it doesn't matter, is what it is. It broke, and now we have to figure out a way to use it. I don't have another spoon, and I still want to try it. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I think, is go ahead and epoxy this to the mug as it is. I'm hoping we get a strong enough hold, but we may not, and it may pop right off, and who knows, we may spill drink everywhere or whatever, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it. So let's go ahead and get the epoxy out and get this thing stuck on there. Well, here's our mug, guys, all complete, and I'm really happy with it. The epoxy held really nice, the handle's solid and in place, and even though we didn't have the spoon come down exactly like we wanted it, I still think that we've got a good looking mug here and something that's got a really nice, unique look. I think the only thing left to do now is just to go ahead and test it out. Well, that works perfect. Guys, we'll go ahead and end it here with some close-up shots. If you like this video, let me know by clicking on the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to do so for more videos like this. I really appreciate you guys watching, guys. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Copper nimble wax, what else? Death and destruction, maybe just a little bit of awesomeness as well. Okay, we've got everything. We're not going to be putting it in. We'll go ahead and just make sure that there's tight fit. That's why we and get our stainless steel. However, I was worried about it not getting a bunch of. I was worried.